imagined life somewhere up in space, 'cause there's bugger all down here on Earth.
You're on board KCAA's Inland Talk Express. KCAA, Loma Linda, 1050 AM, the station that leaves no listener behind.
Oh, that's
See right there? See? Okay, put your headphones on. That's our music, and then he already gave us a signal. You ready? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Hello, world, family, and friends, and welcome to the E Factor Radio Show. Today, I'm your host, Cornelius Bryant. We have a very special guest here, Nita Marquez. Wait, she's getting everything ready. She's going live. Ah, look at us live.
Say hi to Instagram.
Hello,
Cornelius.
Instagram and world and everybody else who's tuned in on that site. Well, anyways, you know, I know everybody's looking at me, then they're looking at you. Then they're looking at me, then they're looking at you. And then they're looking at me and they're thinking, wow, I'd much rather look at her. So let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna read some little introduction. Today's guest turned a problem a million women silently deal with into an entire new fashion innovation. You know, I'm really going into different boxes here because a couple of weeks ago I had someone in, she did women's telehealth care.
Oh, wow.
And so the stuff we talked about was very interesting. So I could tell already this is going to be an interesting conversation. Women's healthcare. Nita, founder of the Marquez and creator of the Drop Cut Jumpsuit, joins us to share the story behind what she calls freedom fashion. Okay. Plus how her growing movement is opening new opportunities for women through fashion, entrepreneurship, and her upcoming book release this June. You're going to want to stay tuned for this conversation. So right now, before we get started, we're just going to let everybody know, even our male listeners know, that this is for women's jumpsuit. So I don't know what kind of jumpsuit you wear, but depending, you may want to listen in too.
But there are many benefits to these jumpsuits, and I have a lot of male clients who actually buy these for their wives, and then their wives turn into clients. So, I mean, it happens all the time. Girlfriends, wives, aunts, moms, sisters.
Okay.
I have a lot of male clients. I would say about anytime we run ads, I would say about 20% of our purchases are actually from men because they know the value that this delivers to the lives of the women that they are paired up with in whatever way.
And you know, sometimes as men, we want to get stuff like this for our wife, our girls, or even maybe sometime our daughter, depending. I mean, there's just such an array of people who this can benefit.
Yeah.
And then we can be like, oh man, he was thinking about me.
Yeah.
You know, he was thinking about me and he did this for me. Oh, look how good he is to me, right?
That's true, yeah.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
All right. So quickly, Nita, before we get into the business side of things,
Right.
who are you and what's the personal story behind what led you to create the Marquee?
The On the Mark.
Oh, On the Mark. I'm sorry.
On the Mark jumpsuit.
All right.
It's the On the Mark jumpsuit because my last name is Marquez. And the Q, On the Mark jumpsuit with a Q, is a play on my name. And shout out to my dad, Marquez, Carlos Marquez. So what led me to create it? Well, I'll be honest with you. I was not planning on ever doing anything in fashion. I was a fitness competitor and a mom, a divorcee. I was at the darkest time of my life. I was not planning on doing anything except maybe going out.
Right.
I was in
going out hasn't just fade into the sunset.
No, going out. I mean, I was suicidal at the time that I created this.
That's dark.
Yeah, and most people don't know this. I'm just starting to talk about it more now because I wrote about it in the book. that's out June 1st. But, you know, I was at the pit of my life. I was broke. My career in the fitness industry had ended. My children were getting older. I knew that one day they would leave. My husband had left, wasn't supporting us, wasn't involved in any way, shape, or form. And I'd tried one business after another, and nothing really had worked out for me. And I thought, after all the work that I've put in my life, I have nothing to show for it. And everything that I identified myself with as a woman disappeared or was disappearing. And I just, I felt like useless. I was defeated. I was overwhelmed. And I just prayed every night, just God, just find a natural way to take me, please. I couldn't kill myself because I had 3 kids and I didn't want them to think that their mother was a coward. So instead, I just prayed, just let me go, take me. Because then it would be, you know, this is what's, when you're suicidal, when you're ruminating over the dismal things in your life, when you're depressed, these are the way your sick thoughts work. And
Right.
I was like, if you just take me, then my kids will, they won't think that I was a coward. And if you just take me, then my kids, they can go on with their lives and they can think their mom was good. So they'll have one good parent to look back on their life. That's the way my mind was working because I was that far gone mentally and emotionally. I was struggling for years with mental illness, would not get help for it because I just thought, oh, perform, just do your career, support your kids, be a good mom, just do these things. And so I was really caught up in this idea with my mental illnesses actually, that if I just did enough, I was going to be okay. And this feeling, this dismal feeling that I carried inside all the time, it would eventually go away. But instead, when everything else that I covered it up with was slipping away, because I had quit using drugs and alcohol years before, when all of that was slipping away, I realized, oh, I still feel like I'm garbage. And with nothing to show for all the work that I had put in all those years, I really just wanted an out. And the thing that I want to stress about mental illness and being at rock bottom is that this is the only time in our lives when we can be really, really pure like we were when we were children. Because when you're a child, you don't know enough, you don't have enough in you, you don't have the wherewithal to do things for yourself. You rely on the things that you know are going to support you. Well, that, unfortunately, for a lot of us, are people and environments that are not good for us. But when you're an adult and you hit rock bottom, there's only one thing left for you to rely on,
Right, right.
and that's your higher power. And I'm not a religious person at all. I talk about this all the time with people, but I know that I have a relationship with a higher power that has divinely guided me. And it was in that state of mind where I was just ready to go out and I kept begging it to take me, that I was so reliant on this power. Please just take me. This was what it gave me instead. You're going to make a jumpsuit. And it was just like, what?
Right.
So that's where I think this came from. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm not taking credit for my own creation, but I believe that when we are at our darkest times, as I was, that is when we will rely the most on the thing that really brought us here to serve a life of purpose. And that's how we hear our purpose. And that's when I heard make a jumpsuit, which I was appalled at first when I heard.
Right.
But then the more I followed that voice and that notion, this creation came out of it.
Right. You know, I don't usually talk about religions and politics. Those are two things I stay away from.
Yeah.
But I agree the higher power, because if you're not religious, you have a base. And Jesus Christ is my base. I understand that. But a couple of things you said are very interesting, and I like to go back to those first.
Sure.
First of all, it's like your career. You're a trainer, an athlete, a competitor. So let's talk about that, because because people say, oh, what is she competing? Oh, was she a skater, or what was it? So just give us some insights on what was your competition in.
So I was the national fitness champion, 2-time state champion in Arizona. 2-time Southwestern Regional runner-up, and when I went to the Women's World Championships, I took 7th in the performance out of 46 countries that I competed
countries,
against.
Not people, but countries.
Yeah,
That's
46
different.
countries. So I was, I had a really well decorated career, and I was known for having these really stellar fitness routines. And I didn't have dance or gymnastic backgrounds like most of the competitors that I went on stage with. So I worked my tail off, and I had, I did have a lot of raw talent and had practiced a lot of things growing up, but my mom never put me in classes, and I was on my own quite young as well. So I never had the luxury afforded to me of training and technique. So I just practiced everything on my own. And then when I got into the fitness industry, I was like, oh, I can do this stuff that I used to practice when I was a kid that I love, and I can do it as an adult, and I can maybe make some money at it. This sounds cool. So I went in that
Right.
direction. So yeah, I loved my career. I really enjoyed it. So, and then while I was in the field, in my off seasons, I would train people. I would help other people get ready for competitions, and then I was a nutritionist before I was even an athlete. So, I mean, I had all these different things that I did in the space of fitness while I was an athlete. And that was ultimately when my husband left us, how I would support my 3 children and myself. Because when he divorced me, he divorced all of us. And so we were left on what I had to offer, and we got nothing from him. So it was challenging, but it was a great career. It's just, like I said, I struggled with mental illness all those years. Nobody knew about that because I looked so peppy on stage. And that's what we do when we're high performers, right?
Right.
We just perform. We perform, we get it done, and we win, and we smile, and we show up. And you keep showing up and you keep smiling. But when you struggle with all these issues internally, like I did, you don't address them. And like I said, that stuff eventually it does give way, and your health starts failing. Your mental health starts to creep up to the surface. And when that starts happening, if you don't have those things to hide behind, which at that point I didn't, you basically you either show your ass, lose your ass, or you cave in to your ass and quit. And that's where I was at.
Right. See, this show is actually turned into a 3-part series that you don't know about. First of all, we're going to go to your product, but before we get to this, because if you've hit on very 2 important topics along your speaking, because first of all, is Mother's Day coming up tomorrow. So happy
Yes.
Mother's Day to you.
Thank you.
And then you're setting an example for a lot of mothers, because like you said, when your husband divorced you, he divorced the whole family.
Yes.
And so then
Not
you
an
had to step
uncommon
up with
thing,
all that
unfortunately.
pressure.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to shout out to all the mamas out there
Happy Mother's Day,
that are
ladies.
going through the same things that I went through. And all the moms that are not going through that, I want to shout you out too. And I just know that being a mother and being a father too, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. There's a lot of
Trust me, I
humility.
know.
There's a lot of humbling that happens. And if we don't step into that humility and don't have some kind of a way to open ourselves to a voice that's greater than us, it can be, you can go into a cowering state. It's harsh. But at the same time, like I said, we want to show up, we want to get things done. And that's what we do as parents. So shout out to all the moms and dads out there that get it done.
Right. And the second thing is by you being so out front with your mental health issue, because we know this is Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
And so with you coming out and saying this, because a lot of time, like you say, people look at the outside and everybody's cheerful and all these different things,
yeah.
but you don't see what's going on the inside. And so we don't really want to speak up and say, oh, I have something going on, I have an issue, I have a suicidal thought, because we're scared of what people are going to think about us.
Yeah.
But by you being so open with that, it's going to help someone say, well, if she did it, I can do it. There's a certain amount of, I'm not going to say bravery, but it is a certain amount of bravery that comes with this, because when you open yourself up to certain things, you don't realize that what you're doing is you're touching, like all your followers and all that, you're touching them, because a lot of people, they see your jumpsuit, they say, oh, well, she created this jumpsuit, she's this brilliant lady, everything in her world is going so good, why can't I be happening to me? Why do I have to suffer? Why I have to go through these things? But they're not seeing that you've been through these things, and this is just a process of the overcoming.
It is, and even though I've overcome, I tell people, the neurology and the patterns throughout our biofeedback loop that spell out these dark thoughts, they don't ever go away, but how we get them to die down and the power and energy of them to die out is as we continue making breakthroughs, doing the work, leaning into our higher power, surrounding ourselves with community and people who genuinely want to see us shine and genuinely want to see us have breakthroughs because they're also doing the work. When you surround yourself with that and you lean into that higher power, then you're exercising choices of self-love. And the more you do those things, the more the other voices, they're not getting your energy, so they start to quiet. Eventually, they start to quiet down, and it's almost like a muscle. It starts to atrophy. That's what I noticed for myself. And the thoughts got quieter and quieter because they didn't have a reason to be so loud because there was all this other stuff that they didn't match. And they're like, well, we don't really need to operate because she's actually loving herself now.
Right.
There's no space for hating herself when she loves herself. So that was, ultimately that's what saved my life was this company. Building this company was a purpose that started out as a mission for other women because I knew I was not the only woman that went through this identity crisis of like, I am nothing without these things, without this man, without being a mother. I'm not the only woman in the world to go through that. And something in me at that time knew that. And that's why I was called on this direction to serve women with this mission rather than, it's not just a jumpsuit. This is literally my fabric of relationship to other women all over the world. We're in 6 continents now. I mean, that's like, I have a woman that's a model in South Africa that wears my clothes. And I'm like, dude, that is so rad. And she's a model, but even a model goes through things where it's like, geez, life is hard and I feel alone. And just to know that I get to connect with these women, and this is, like I said, it's the very fabric of my relationship with every woman that has, even if women haven't bought the jumpsuits yet, we have so many followers on Instagram. They're all real followers. We don't buy our followers. We actually connect with real people and real women, and this has been an astounding experience getting to build this company, and it's all been based on this mission. And because I've served this mission over and over and over, day in and day out, I've learned also through that process to love myself, and that's what's been for me the biggest reward.
All right, good. Well, Nita, what we're gonna do, we're going to take a commercial break, and you got some special music going to play during the commercial time. And while we're at commercial, we're going to put some information up, so if people want to contact you, they can do it. But before we go to commercial, why don't you let them know how to contact you?
Well, you can find me always on Instagram, FitNita. That's been my handle on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok for forever. So FitNita, you can also go to nitamarquez.com, and that's MARQUEZ, nitamarquez.com. And that's where you'll be able to also pre-order the book, Dropping Bombs, How I Reinvented Myself When I Invented the Drop Cut. And then you can also go to get your jumpsuit or become an affiliate at onthemarkjumpsuit.com, on the mark with a Q.
All right, so on the way on the other side of this commercial, we're going to come back and we're going to let you get into the product, okay?
Okay.
All right, this is E Factor Radio Show. I'm your host, Cornelius Bryant. Special guest, Nita Marquez. We'll be back.
Love the look, love the style, but life moves fast, so should you. No struggle, no compromise. Real women, real life. Top freedom looks good on you. Stay, just do what you gotta do. Move through life when you do. Top freedom looks good on you.
Okay, here we are.
Oh, we're back on. We're back on the air. Hi, everyone.
Hello, and welcome back. The E Factor Radio Show. Your host, Cornelius Bryant. Special guest, Nita Marquez. Okay, we covered a lot of information before we went there. And usually, we get to the point. But since you brought up such good points earlier,
Thank
I just
you.
thought it would be good if we just stayed there for a minute. Because what you said was so important, especially is Mother's Day and Mental Health Day.
Thank
And,
you.
this way you get a chance to encourage and inspire someone else. But now, to get into your product, here's the question. What exact moment did you realize when you needed a better jumpsuit design?
What did I? Sorry, can you ask the question again?
What was the exact moment you realized women needed a better jumpsuit
Oh,
design?
the exact moment I realized women needed a better jumpsuit design was when this all did come to me. It was like when that voice was like, "Make a jumpsuit." I was like,
Right.
"What?" But then there is a seamstress in the area where this whole episode, I talk about it in the book. There's a seamstress nearby that I used to take my kids' clothes to get my daughter, because we're all super short. I'm 4'11", so all my kids are short. So I would have to get all their stuff hemmed. And I went to the seamstress and I was like, "Hey, I have this idea. What can I do to make this?" And so the guy that owned the tailor shop that the seamstress was in, he told me all the fabric shops to go to. And as I started building out the jumpsuit, I was like, no, it has to be able to not be taken off to go pee. Like, that has to be. So it's like when it came to me, it was as I was taking the steps that the drop cut itself, the concept, a jumpsuit you don't have to take off to go pee, that's where that came from. But it was I was already in the process. So I think a lot of times the innovations that we come up with don't come to us first until we're in the process of doing the thing that we're called to do. And we don't know why we're doing it. We're just doing it. But when you lean into that voice and you take those next right steps, you're exercising something in your brain and your nervous system that's being open and receptive. And then that's when the innovation slips in. It's like, we'll do it this way. And you're like, oh, yes. And so when it came to me, I was literally like in the process of developing the jumpsuit when I was like, yeah, I'm not going to be, because I've been wearing jumpsuits for like years. I was a professional athlete and I had a clothing sponsor. They used to custom make my clothes and I designed all my jumpsuits with her. But even my pregnancy, I wore a lot of jumpsuits during my pregnancy and I just couldn't stand having to take it off to go pee. But it's like you, as a woman, you just deal with it because it's like, well, it's just part of life. And I don't know, when I was making this jumpsuit, I was like, it doesn't have to be part of life. I can
Right,
make it
right.
not be that way. This is my jumpsuit. I can make it however I want. And so that's where the drop cut came from.
Okay, so you have some product with you right now.
Yes.
Because is this the one that you have on?
I do. I'm going to go ahead and stand
But
up.
we're not going. Don't get excited, man. We're not going to ask her to take it off and show
No,
us how it
no.
works, okay?
No, I
So-
will demonstrate without demonstrating.
Yes,
I'll do it
yes,
that way.
She's gonna
Okay, so
demonstrate without demonstrating.
let me bring the mic up. Okay, so basically, when you have to go to the bathroom, you just turn around, you stick your
get out of the
thumbs right under here, and literally drop it down. You drop it down. It's just a drop and squat. Do your business, pop it back up. It's so easy. Oh my God, it's easier than leggings, way easier than jeans, and
Okay.
easier than some dresses even. So that's how it works. And then let me bring the mic back down. I did bring some jumpsuits with me.
Okay.
And let's see here. Okay, so we've got, here's the olive
No,
one that
wait,
I'm
wait.
wearing.
Before you do that, let me read this.
Yes.
Let me
Oh,
read
yeah,
this
yeah,
before
yeah.
you do that, okay?
Yeah.
This question is for you jumpsuit wearing women, or I'm not going to discriminate, jumpsuit wearing people. All right. Have you ever loved wearing a jumpsuit until you had to use the bathroom? Why do you think that problem has gone ignored for so long in fashion? So listeners, for the first time, exactly what is the drop cut and how does it work? She just gave you an illustration, but now we're going to take some loose items and she's going to like go over it with you. So pay attention. This is very important.
So here's the olive one, which I'm wearing. Okay, you see the back of it.
Also, they all come in different colors.
Oh yeah, I have so many different colors. We have it with and without the rouging. So you got the scrunchy booty and the non-scrunchy booty for those women that are more conservative and don't want that little scrunchy thing, the rouging. But we have basically the back on both of them, on both designs, just drops right down. It's super easy, and it's made with a type of elastic that is not typically used in fashion. And when I married that elastic with the other materials and cuts that I married it with in order to engineer it for the drop cut, that is what made it patentable. So it's still patent pending, but it's lovely to have something that's so functional. And so for women, yeah, have you ever loved wearing a jumpsuit until you had to go to the bathroom? Of course. Why do we tolerate that? Because we live in a society that teaches us and conditions us to just accept things as they are. And if you're not willing to question the systems that you're a part of, and you're not willing to take steps to make changes and take action on those steps that are going to change other people's lives, then we all continue to siphon through these same systems. And I like to think of it as sort of a rebellion, the jumpsuit rebellion. You know, when you're thinking innovatively, you're doing something different. There is an element of rebellion to it that's saying, hey, no, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to do it like everybody else. But I think women have tolerated jumpsuits that were just inconvenient because inconvenience is what they're known for being. And you'll be cuter if you wear this. And it's like, I want women to feel beautiful and powerful and know their power and their beauty. And I want to simplify their lives. So that was my calling with this. So regarding the drop cut, it's literally cut to be dropped. I mean, just that's it. That's it. It's so easy. Now I'm gonna give you a few other samples because.
Oh no, most definitely. Give me some samples.
You mentioned the colors. Yeah.
So when women wear these for the first time, I don't know if you have a way that can give you feedback. What's their reaction? That now that they're wearing this, they don't have to go through the process of getting undressed and all these different things. And you know, you're in the stall, you're getting undressed, you're taking your clothes off. You got 50 other women in line waiting, like, oh, what's she doing? What is she doing?
Yes,
So-
that's an actuality. You're right.
Yeah.
So I would say the first thing that women say when I tell them they don't have to take it off to go pee, they're like, wait, what? And then when I'm wearing mine, because I get a lot of compliments when I wear them out, and so do a lot of my clients, but like when I say, oh yeah, you don't have to take it off to go pee, they're like, wait, what? How? And when I demonstrate the drop cut, they're like, oh my God, that's genius. Oh my God, that's the thing I need that I never knew I needed. Oh my God, that's brilliant. How'd you think of that? So,
Brilliant.
like, yeah, like I get all kinds of really fun feedback, but those are the three general things that, I mean, I would say across the board, I've heard that literally hundreds of times.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I noticed too, you said you're 4'11".
Yes.
So you know you're a little on the tall side. So if you had shorter women or taller women, you know, does it come in a certain size? Because I know like sometimes I'll buy certain clothes from one designer
Yeah.
or one maker, you know, Walmart or Target, and then you know that same size, but it fits so differently. So do these stretch or what happens
yeah.
with the size fitting?
So this 4-way stretch fabric, it's Drymax technology, so you don't have to worry about, it has the wicking, the moisture wicking, so you don't have to worry about retaining sweat or odor. And the other thing is that it's really, really stretchy and contouring at the same time. So you're going to get some of the compression that women really love. And that's one of the things with jumpsuits. We like to be snatched. Okay. That's like the word right now, right? You want
Snatched?
your snatched. You want your waistline to be snatched. You want your hips to look
oh.
snatched. So you want everything to have these perfect lines, right?
Right.
So when you wear a jumpsuit, you feel that, but it's the inconvenience of taking it off to go pee that most women won't wear it for. And otherwise, you're like, you know, you can't drink water all night because you don't want to have to get naked when you go to the bathroom. So with the On the Mark jumpsuit, the drop cut is available to you, whether you're wearing something over your jumpsuit or not. And then on top of it, the fabric and the cuts, we fit, and this was intentional. This is way before, because I started my company way before it became a trend to be, they call it body positivity. I'm like, I don't feel like there's a plus size body. There are just bodies. If you're a woman, there are anatomical things that define that. So you're a woman. You have a woman's body, period. There is no, I have a plus body. I have a big body. I have, you know, I mean, you can get into these descriptive terms, but the fact is you're a woman, you have a body, so you have a woman's body.
Correct.
And so when I made this, my little sister is like, I think she's like a size 16, and she's traditionally been on the 14 to 18 range, like most of her adult life. And she got all the booty, She got all the thick thighs. She got all that. She has a little waist, and everything else is just super like, boom, right? And I was like, she's the fashion bug. Her hair is always to the nines. I'm like I don't want to have to wear makeup. Like I do it if I have to, but like I'll only wear mascara and lipstick. She's like the Ulta and Sephora queen, right?
Oh, okay.
So I was like, when I was making the cuts, I was like, it has to fit my sister, even though my sister and I don't talk a whole lot, but I was just like, it's asinine to think of making a fashion line and I'm a non-fashion person and
Okay.
it doesn't fit with my sister's ideal like clothing. So I made these size 0 to size 20. Traditionally, we have always wanted to go in the direction of every woman's body because we want every woman to feel her beauty exuding when she wears these. So that was like my big thing. And I've worked with 3 different pattern designers the whole time I've had the company. And it's been imperative that we always are thinking about every body when we're coming up with the cuts because it's something that has to function for every woman and every woman has to benefit when she wears it because that's the whole point is the benefit, the smoothness, the ease.
Right.
You know, part of the mission is we want to help women feel beautiful and powerful, but we want to simplify their lives. So this is something that needs to be versatile for every woman. It needs to be easy and functional for every woman. And it has to be something that performs as well as she does in her life. And so that's what it's for. That's what we
Okay,
do.
good. You know what? We're not going to even go to a commercial break because I want to stay on this.
Oh.
Because because you're saying this and see you start off with an hour. What we're going to do for an hour? Then you're like, oh man, we're running out of time. Because what you're saying is so important. Because I know I've talked to women, even I've been married, and then they say, oh well, they only make this up to a size 9 or a size 6.
Yeah.
And if you're a bigger woman, you're being eliminated from that choice because they don't make your size. But
Yeah.
you love it, you like it, you want to wear it, you want to sport it, you want to do your drop thing,
Mm-hmm.
And so when you have all these different sizes, that's inclusive. That's
Yes.
great. So we're going to take some time because I want you to show some more of the fashion that
Okay.
you have here.
Okay, well, we have right here, this is one of our most popular ones. I've never not made this. Every single design, every product run, we always do the black Las Vegas Sparkle. This sells out faster than anything.
You know what? Can I do this? Let me
Yeah.
take as you display each one. I want to just take them, fold them, and move them over here, so that can be the total centerpiece of your conversation. That way, if you want to stand up and show it, or make sure. Okay, yeah.
So this, you can see there's like a shimmer to it. It's called Las Vegas Sparkle because the way the fabric is designed, it's got this sparkle embedded into it. So when you wear it and you rock it and you wear it to the gym and you wash it, I always tell people with anything that's sparkly, you'll want to wash it inside out on Gentle. But I'm the owner of the company. I'm so lazy. I just throw them in the washer and the dryer, and I don't even pay attention. But it's better when you wash it inside out and you dry it flat. So that will give it the longevity. So they're fantastic for not only the sleekness and the look of it, but they're really easy to manage because I just put hooks on the wall. I have a bunch of, the little coat and towel hooks. I have a wall in my bedroom and it's like 12 hooks, and it's just got jumpsuits all across. It's the jumpsuit wall. So I don't have to really do anything when I do laundry. I just throw them up there.
See, when you even get a washing instructions on too, detailed. All right, so this is that one.
Okay, that's Black Las Vegas Sparkle.
Okay.
And then we've got our snakeskin. This was a new one.
That for the wild women, snake
This,
skin.
yeah, this is from the fall. We've had pink cheetah in the back. We've had in the past. We've had pink cheetah. We've had red cheetah. We've had the general leopard print. So now we're going into a new snakeskin. We had black and white snakeskin before.
Okay.
This last fall, we came into doing the brown woven into the black snakeskin. So this one's great. Again, here's a non-rouged one. So like I showed you the rouging on mine. But you can get it without the rouging, and so it's nice and smooth. And when women go to the site, they'll see all of these.
All of those on.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
We carry
this
most
gives
of them in
opportunity
both.
to really think about it.
Yeah, and then this is the fire engine red. Now I brought different sizes. This one's actually a size medium, so the medium tends to fit like up to a size 8-10, but like I've had a lot of women that are like 12, even 14, rock the medium. It is dual enhancement bra support. That's really important. we need comfort for the girls.
Okay.
And we also, if you're not really busty, and you don't necessarily need the support for that, a lot of women that are not busty, they like to have the support to give them contour and a little bit more fullness. So the dual enhancement bra support and the way that this is cut is designed specifically for small and large breasts. So that's the other thing about it. And this one is another one without the rouging, but we also have the fire engine red with rouging as well.
Okay, but why do you call it freedom? You know, you call this freedom. What does that phrase mean, personally? Freedom, like freedom to let the girls hang out, or what would that mean?
Well, we ain't encouraging anybody to let their girls hang out, but to let their girls be held up. So
Okay,
it's called
all right.
Freedom Fashion. It's a movement that we started because the idea of fashion has always been so confining for women. And I always thought, like they say beauty is pain. I'm like, man, bunk that. I don't want
Right.
beauty to be pain. I'm going to be cute and comfortable and still be cute. And I'm not going to feel like I am
The CCs, cute and comfortable.
yeah. And so freedom fashion is all about letting you express who you are, stand in your power instead of confining yourself to the box of discomfort to look like somebody else wants you to look, like you're trying to impress somebody else. I'm showing up to impress myself, honey. I want to be expressing myself when I walk into a room. I'm not going in there to get the energy. I'm going there to put an impression on the energy with the energy I have flowing through me. Those are the types of women that we really attract. That's the typical clientele that we have. Most of our clients are very free-spirited women, and there's something that a woman exudes when she's standing in that freedom that's a different and very impenetrable kind of energy. And it's like, have you ever this is going to be maybe an off question. I don't know if this is going to be I don't know if this is allowed on the radio, but have you ever been
It is live on the radio, but still ask your question.
Okay.
You have freedom to speak.
Okay. Have you ever been intimate with a woman that did not like her body?
And you mean stand in the covers and keep the lights off?
She just didn't like herself.
Right? No, yes.
Okay.
mean, that goes both ways.
But I'm
we're
asking
talking
about the women.
No,
Okay.
but you're absolutely right. I mean, it's almost like what you're saying. I'm going to let you get back to that.
Yeah.
It's almost like you said about stepping in the room.
Yeah.
There's a magnet. So there's a positive
Yes.
side and a negative side. You turn the magnet one way and it draws people. You turn it the other way and it pushes them away.
Right.
So you want to be the positive side of the magnet that draws people. But to your question, yes.
Okay, so when you're with a woman and my ladies out there will understand this question because we've all gone out with our girlfriends and there's one girl that doesn't like herself or one woman that doesn't like herself. And it's like hanging out with a wet noodle. It's like, wah, wah. Like everybody's like, it sucks the life out of everything around her when she doesn't like herself. And that's not because it's a bad woman. It's just a woman having a bad time. But it's like, But when you're with a woman who really loves herself and she's feeling free to express herself and she feels comfortable and confident, it's like, oh, dang. How do I go out with her again? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that goes for men and for us women. Like when we're with our friends and there's those ones in the group that all just have great confidence. We love ourselves. We show up as whoever that we want to be because we know who we are.
Right.
That is ultimate freedom, is just standing in your truth. And that's ultimately, like I said, the kind of women that we attract to the brand. That's what they love about the brand and the jumpsuits, is there's something freeing about it, and they like that they're being aligned more with themselves versus, oh, I have to be this certain way, otherwise I'm not going to be cute in it. Oh, I got to do it this way, or who would ever want to wear anything in this day and age where somebody's telling you what to do and how to look? It's very prehistoric, if you ask me.
Right.
It's that's a dark ages kind of method of, trying to make women feel insecure into wearing your clothes. That's the way things used to be done. We're flipping the script. So that's what freedom fashion is.
Right, like you're saying. It's almost like when you go out with that group, with that one lady or that one person.
Oh, yeah.
And then your whole day's ruined or your whole evening's ruined because you're spending all your time in the affirmating them, reassuring them that they're okay. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. no, no. So the whole day is gone, the whole night's ruined because you got to keep affirming this person and reassuring them you're enough. No, no, no. So yeah, that's good freedom.
Yeah.
But what I want to do, simply because I want to make sure that people are able to, because this show is going to play on YouTube later. That way they'll be like, yes, they'll be, okay, I want to hear it. I want to hear that's good information, but how do I contact her for that suit? And so we're going to take one last break because we've got many things to cover beforehand. That way we're going to have your information on the screen. But before we go, one more time, I want you to say it. Tell them your information, how they can contact
Oh,
you.
my information. I'm like,
Yes, yours.
Okay, so if you want to reach me personally, you can go to the contact field at nitamarquez.com. And that is my book website. That's my author website. You can also pre-order Dropping Bombs, How I Reinvented Myself When I Invented the Drop Cut. That will be out on June 1st. And then if you'd like to get a jumpsuit or join our affiliate program, you can go to On The Mark, that's with a Q, onthemarkjumpsuit.com. And you click on the menu bar and just join and earn, or you can just shop.
Shop till you drop. All right, this is the E Factor Radio Show. I'm your host, Cornelius Bryant, special guest, Nita Marquez. We're going to be back on the other side of this just to give you a chance to download that information. If you look on your screen, you should see her information there also. All right, we'll be back. And on the other side of that, you just said something once again, and we're going to talk about when we come back.
Okay.
Have you ever loved wearing a jumpsuit until you had to use the bathroom? That moment hits and everything changes. Why is it so hard just to move how you want No more stress, no more second guessing. No more stalls and awkward dressing. There's a better way, feel the difference. Finally fashion with a real life fix, yeah. Strap shit, freedom looks good on you. Move how you want to, what you do. No holding back, no compromise. Feel that power, step inside. Have you ever loved wearing a jumpsuit until you had to use the bathroom? That moment hits and everything changes. Why is it so hard just to move how you want to? Freedom looks good on you. All day confidence, nothing to prove. Style that moves, boy, yeah, you do. Drop cut looks good on you. Drop.
All right. Welcome back to the E Factor Radio Show. I'm sure your people who are watching, you're seeing Nita. She's and that's some special music that was made just for her by Rick Horn. You know, that music that gets us going and gets us coming. You know, but I don't want to move too fast because I don't want to get so hot my head starts sweating. You know, and then be like, oh my God, he's so nervous sitting next to her. But anyways, before we went to break, you mentioned about your affiliates.
Yes.
Okay, so
yes.
now, I'm sure people watching the suits are thinking that's great, you know, because if you remember, what was that, Skims that came out?
Oh,
and all
yeah.
these different people made all this money off of it. Somebody's thinking, oh man, I wish I'd have thought of that. I wish I would have thought of that. But she did the thinking for you. But explain to us about how your affiliates can join your brand. And also, I guess when affiliate means somebody who can make money too, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The whole point of the affiliate program was, there was something beyond the freedom fashion movement that I wanted to start where I could not just give women the freedom to feel their power and their beauty and simplify their lives, but also I could give them the financial freedom avenues, at least with some tools. And so an affiliate program was the next natural progression. So what we have is when you go to On the Mark Jumpsuit, and remember that's On the Mark with a Q, like my last name, Marquez. It's onthemarkjumpsuit.com. You can go up to the menu bar, click Join and Earn, and you can apply to become an affiliate. Now, if you want to be an affiliate, that's awesome. You can refer your friends and family, make a little extra money. If you want to put it on your link in your bio, if you have a decent following, you sell 10, 20 jumpsuits, that's a decent chunk of change. You want to make a few extra $1,000, you could do that just being an affiliate. But on top of it, what we put into my affiliate program is a 1% override on anybody that you bring in who becomes an affiliate. So not only, ladies, can you become an affiliate and earn by sharing this with other women, and when they buy it, you get 20% of what we bring in at the company. You get 20% right off the top, 20% of gross. Then on top of that, you're going to get a 1% override residually every time one of your affiliates brings in sales. So it's like a really great avenue for women to make money with, and that is something new that we're doing, and I'm super excited about that.
Okay, so what are some of the benefits of becoming an affiliate on the Mark and like a support or guiding system? I know like when you become an affiliate or something like say for Burger King, they already have all the structure and everything done, and
Yes.
basically all you do is go in there and you follow the instructions.
Yeah, it's very similar to that,
Cook the
but
burger at 80 degrees, so is that
Yes.
something similar?
no, it's different than because when you're an affiliate, I want to be very clear about this, so the FTC doesn't come after me. But the franchise option that you're saying with like fast foods, that's a franchisable concept.
Oh,
And
so
I
it's
have
the difference between franchising and affiliations.
Yes, and
Okay.
when you're an affiliate, I am doing the work on the back end. All you're doing is sharing it with people through a link, and when they buy it through your link, then you get 20% off the top. That's it. Whereas with a franchise, you have to invest thousands of dollars. You ain't got to pay nothing to be an affiliate with me.
Wow,
It's
that's
free.
great.
So I made this. Listen, I was a single mother. I understand what it's like to struggle financially, and especially with children. I have one son with special needs. It was hard. And if there had been an avenue like this provided to me where I didn't have to pay anything up front, because everybody had a million ideas for me,
Right.
but everything costs money. You don't have to pay anything to become an affiliate. That's one of the greatest benefits that I really was so proud to be able to roll this out for, because it's not something that costs you anything, and all you do is benefit. You make money, and then when you bring people in who also want to become affiliates, you make money off the money they make. So it's like you've got a twofold way to earn with us, and you don't have to invest anything.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I'm interested. I want to be an affiliate. I
Okay.
don't want to wear them. I just want to be an affiliate.
Okay, you could do that. Rick's doing
do
it.
I have to purchase the merchandise to display it, or how does that work?
No, we actually send you all of the ad materials. We have a Google Drive that we update in real time. So you'll have images, videos demonstrating the drop cut. So however you want to advertise it to the people, everybody knows their own audiences. I'll call it your audience. But like if your audience is your friends and your family, I can just send them this video of this girl using the drop cut, and my family members are going to know what this is. They're going to buy it through text. If you want to put a link in your bio, and you even want to set up like a video on your wall of your Instagram or your Facebook or your TikTok, or if you want to just set up your own little site, you can do that too. I mean, it's like nothing. AI can make a site for you in like 3 minutes flat.
Right.
And then you could put all the advertising, but we send all of that to you. So when you become an affiliate, not only do you not have to invest anything, not only do you make 20% on everything that sells through your affiliate link, but then on top of it, you get a residual 1% on every affiliate that you've brought in on all of their sales. And we continue to update your advertising materials so you always have plenty of options with which to share these products with. You don't even have to buy anything ever.
Okay, so let's say, for example, you're here today. And that's great that you said about the video, you sending people all that, because I was thinking, man, so if I become an affiliate and I want to sell these, and I can't just go put it on and short out, or I can have someone, hey, put this on and show them how it drops. They'll be like, oh no, but you get all the material. And what about stock? Like you order each one. So how's your stock? You know, like sometimes say all of a sudden you get 1 million orders. Can you fulfill those 1 million orders?
Yes, we have all
What's
of
the
our
timetable?
manufacturing. All of our manufacturing is local. It's in Los Angeles, in downtown LA. I basically have a thing worked out with my manufacturer. We can do made to order, but I like to order in bulk, so we do have inventory in-house.
Okay.
And the most that it would take would be a maximum 2-week turnaround for the product to be made, locally and then sent out. But I do keep a lot of inventory on hand. So
Okay.
there's plenty available, and we're going to be doing another live stream in Hollywood soon. So if anyone wants to come out and meet me on that, stay tuned. Sign up for our newsletter at On the Mark Jumpsuit, and you'll be getting notifications about that there and on our Instagram, On the Mark Jumpsuit Instagram, so that you can find out more about that event. And if you want to come down and feel them out for yourself, maybe even try one on, we'd love to meet you. I'd love to meet you. I love meeting all the clients. It's
Okay.
so fun. So yeah, there's a million ways to get started though. And it's
Wow.
free.
So
free.
I'm
Free.
sorry.
It's free.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
When you have this event, can E-Factor come out and record it live?
Oh my God, I would love you guys to
Can
come
E-Factor
out.
come out and record it live?
Yes.
And I say, okay, now I'm an affiliate. Come over here and buy my section.
You could. You
Okay,
could.
all right.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
just checking.
Absolutely.
I'm just checking. So we got to set that up.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to get Rick to set that up for us.
he's already like, I'm gonna make
Yeah,
my
I see
money.
he's calculating the dollars and cents already. You can't see Rick, but Rick is here. He was on our show a few weeks ago. And so Rick, matter of fact, come on, Rick. You can come over here. You can get in the middle. You don't have a speaking part in this movie, but you can make an appearance. Remember, Rick.
Good to have me, man. Good
Thank
to
you,
see
Rick. Go ahead and say
man.
hi to the good people.
I'm very excited to be here with Nita and with Cornelius, and to hear this information she's sharing with you guys is exciting. There's big things happening here on the Mark. So
All
stay
right.
tuned.
Okay, that's it. That's
Thank you.
enough. You had your moment. Your 15. All right, so we only got a couple minutes left. So what we're going to do is we're going to, once again, I want you to give the people the information. All right? That way they can hear your voice and all that. And then we're going to sign off, and then we're going to set that up.
Okay, you got it. All right, so you can find me, or you can email me at nitamarquez.com. That's Nita Marquez with a Q.com. You can contact me through the contact field. You can also pre-order my book, Dropping Bombs, How I Reinvented Myself When I Invented the Drop Cut. And you can also get your jumpsuit or sign up for free to become an affiliate at onthemarkjumpsuit.com. That's on the mark with a Q, jumpsuit.com.
All right, don't forget about her book. We didn't give that much attention because we got so busy
It's okay.
with the jumpsuits, but her book is coming. Is it out already? Is it
June
coming out?
1st. It's up
June-
for pre-sale right now.
Okay, pre-orders.
Pre-orders for the Kindle, and in 10 days, pre-orders for the soft and hardcover come out, and then on June 1st, the actual book drops.
All right, good. I know people are thinking, oh, they never mentioned how much the suits were. They never mentioned how much the suits were. But when you go look at it, she's gonna have all that information for you online.
Yes.
Because, sometimes people say, oh, she only got it for $9.99. But no, we want that to be a secret. Then when you go tell people, they're going to say, oh, that was so nice. That's it. And then the women who ask you about it, who you don't like, you tell them, oh, this is out of your price range.
Oh, no, I would never. No.
No, not you, Ben. you know how women are. They don't want to see all their.
No, you didn't. Okay,
They don't
you're
wanna see all
talking
the
to a
other
woman
women
right
with their
now.
stuff on
You
there.
know I'm going to
But-
speak up for the woman. You can't say what a woman is like when you're a guy.
No, you're right. You're right. I apologize, women. I've never spent 1 second of being a woman.
I got your back, ladies. I got your back.
See? And now,
But so does
someone
Cornelius.
feels like that suit, the suit is good because she did this in mind for women. All right? But we got to go. We're going to be back. We're going to see you at your event.
Yes.
We're going to come
yes.
there and do it live. All right. Thank you very much. It's been the E-Factor Radio Show. I'm your host, Cornelius Bryant. Special guest, Nita Marquez with the Mark Jumpsuits.
On the mark. Let's get set it. Let's go.
KCAA is your CNBC News affiliate.